Dear students, in this video lecture, we are going to understand the concept of installments or paying loan in parts or paying loan in equal installments. So what happens that many a times if you take a loan, then you pay the loan in equal amounts. So equal installments, maybe each month you are paying equal installment, or after each year. But the keyword is here installment. That means the entire loan is to paid back in equal installment. That means the value of each installment has to be same. So let's see the various pattern of questions that have been asked over previous years. So we will see each pattern of questions and how to go about solving those questions. So let's see first type of questions, type 1 problems. So here is the first question. A watch is sold for rupees 440 cash and for rupees 200 cash down and payment together with 244 to be paid after 1 month. Find the rate of interest charged in this scheme, in the installment scheme. So again you can see this is the case of paying in installment. So what is the entire premise of the question? A watch is sold for rupees 440. That means if you want to buy the watch in one go, in one single payment, pay rupees 440, take watch and go back to your home. No, nothing remain, no loan, no repayment, no installment. In one single go, pay rupees 440, the transaction is over. Or else you can take second approach. You pay rupees 200 cash down and after 1 month you pay 244. So please understand, the watch is of rupees 440. Instead of paying the entire money at one stretch, what do? You first pay down rupees 200 cash down payment. That means the first payment made while you take the object. The moment you take the object from the shop, you have to make some payment, and after that the loan begins on the remaining amount, the balance amount. So the price is rupees 440. Down payment that you have made is of rupees 200. So what is the balance amount? So when you would be leaving the shop, you would be in debt. You would be indebted to the shop owner because you have not paid the entire amount. What would be the balance amount? So 440 minus 200. So when you would be leaving the shop, you owe this much amount to the shopkeeper. Now what you have done? So effectively speaking, you owed him this much, but you have paid him back rupees 244. So you paid him back rupees 244 after 1 month. After 1 month. So effectively you can say interest paid back for 1 month is equal to how much? What is the interest you paid back for 1 month? So if you kept this much money for 1 month, you have to pay rupees 4 extra. Can you see? You owed only 240, but you are paying back rupees 244. What is this 4 rupees extra for? This 4 rupees extra is the interest that you are paying him back. So interest paid back for rupees 1 month is equal to rupees 4. So this rupees 4 is the interest on rupees 240. So you can say rupees 4 is the interest generated by rupees 240 in 1 month. So in 1 month. So what is the effective rate of interest? What is the effective rate of interest? So let us understand what is the effective rate of interest. So rupees 240. So rupees 240 interest in 1 month. Rupees 4. So this is interest for 1 month. So what is interest for entire year? So for entire year, so rupees 4 into 12. So had you kept this money for entire year, so you would have to pay back rupees 48. So now what is the rate? Rate. So this gives you an indication of rate. It means rupees 240 earns an interest of rupees 48 in 1 year. So rate. To answer what is rate, you have to ask 48 is what percent of 240? So 48 is what percent of 240? So 48 fives are 240. So 20% is the effective rate of interest. So effective rate of interest that the shopkeeper is forcing you to offer, or you can say as per this scheme, if you find out mathematically, the effective rate of interest that you have to face or you have to pay back is 20%. Unless otherwise mentioned, you have to assume this to be a case of simple interest. Let's take another example. So let's see. Kishore purchases a track suit for rupees 2400 cash or for rupees 1000 cash down payment and 2 monthly installments of rupees 800 each. Find the effective rate of simple interest. So let's see. See what happens in case of simple interest is, let's suppose I have taken a interest or loan. In case of simple interest, let's suppose I took a loan of rupees 8000 and the rate is 20%. So if I pay rupees 5000 the next year, then what is the logic? What should be the approach? So how to see, how to solve? So this is a case of simple interest. So I am taking a fresh example. So let's use a fresh slide. So let me take a fresh slide. We will come to this example later on. So I'm taking an example. So understand how SI installments work, or what is the mathematics behind installments in case of simple interest. So let me take an example. So I borrowed rupees 8000, borrowed, and I promised that I am going to pay back at the rate of 20% simple interest. 20% simple interest. Let's suppose I clear this in 2 installments. So both installment of X. So what is the mathematics? What is the mathematics behind these type of questions? Please remember, this is a case of simple interest installment. So mathematics should be like this. You borrowed rupees 8000. That means you are definitely going to return 8000 rupees. This much you definitely owe. After 1 year, what is the total interest that has accumulated by then? So after 1 year, what is the total interest accumulated? So what is the interest that got accumulated? So rate is 20%. So 20% of 8000. So that is 1600. So this much interest got accumulated. Fine. Now what happens in case of EMI, in case of simple interest, is that you returned rupees X. So after 1 year, you returned rupees X. So in case of simple interest, whatever you have returned, that is deducted from the principal first. So if you have returned rupees X after 1 year, so whosoever have given you the loan will readjust the amount. So the readjusted amount will be 8000 minus X. So he will say that new story begins for the next year. So new story begins for the next year and the adjusted amount is 8000 minus X. This was the original loan taken. So after 1 year you have returned first installment. So first installment return means you have returned rupees X to him. So he will readjust the principal. Please remember the mathematical funda. Principal is getting readjusted. Since you have returned X, you have taken a loan 8,000. So everything is simple. He will tell you, now you don't owe me 8,000 because you have already returned X. So you owe me only this much. So next year he will calculate interest on this much, interest on this much. So 8,000 you are definitely going to pay for first year. This is his calculation. The person who has given loan to you, the person who has given loan to you is telling you something. Is telling 8,000 you definitely have to pay. For first year you have to pay 20% of 8,000, that is 1,600. For next year you have to pay interest on this amount. So interest, he readjusted the principal. So 20% of this much. So 20% of this much means 8,000 minus X by 5. So this is the total money that you have to pay him somehow. And you are paying him in 2 equal installments. So mathematically speaking, this should be equal to X plus X. So if you solve this, so 8,000 plus 1,600, that means 9,600 plus 8,000 minus X by 5, that means 1,600 minus X by 5 is equal to 2X. So from here, so 10,000, so 11,200 is equal to 2x plus X by 5. So that is equal to how much? So 11x by 5. So this is how you calculate the equal monthly installment in case of simple interest. So what is the funda? In case of simple interest installment, whenever amount is returned, the principal is readjusted. So that is the funda. So let's apply this concept to the examples that we have before us. Now let's have a relook at this example. So Kishore purchases a track suit for 2,400 cash or for rupees 1,000 cash down payment and 2 monthly installments of rupees 800 each. So the original price is rupees 2,400. If you can't buy it in one single payment, you can take another approach. What is the second approach? Make a down payment of rupees 1,000. So make a down payment of rupees 1,000. That means balance amount is rupees 1,400. So whatever is the EMI, that will be calculated on the balance amount because you have already paid rupees 1,000. So the story revolves around 1,400, not around 2,400. So think from the perspective of the person who is giving this loan to you. He will tell you, you have taken a loan of 1,400, so this much you have to definitely pay. Since you are paying in 2 equal monthly installments, so let the rate be R%. So rate R%. So rate is always given per annum. Therefore, effective rate per month. Why we have to find the effective rate per month? Because the installments are paid every month. So we have to find the rate per month first. So rate per month, so R% for entire year, so per month, R by 12. So think from the perspective of the person who has given loan to you. He has given a loan of 1,400 to you. Effective rate per month is R by 12. So think from his perspective, what is he going to tell you? He will tell you, 1,400 you definitely have to pay to me. After 1 month, he will tell you that please give interest to me. So 1 month have passed. So please pay me R by 12% of 1,400. So R by 12% of 1400. That means R by 1200 into 1400. So this much is the interest he would calculate at the end of 1 month, because at the end of 1 month you have taken his 1400 rupees. For the last 1 month you have kept this amount. For the last 1 month this much amount was with you. So this much amount for 1 month will fetch a profit of this much. So I will tell you, this 1400 you have to definitely pay to me. After 1 month, this additional amount is what you have to pay. Now you 1 month have gone. That means you are making first installment of payback. Since you are paying him back in 2 installments, so I am considering that you have paid him back X and X. So these are monthly payback installments. So monthly payback installments. This X. So just now, after the end of 1 month, you have paid him back X. So this man will readjust his principal. After 1 month, he received X from you. So the next month calculation that he will do will be on readjusted principal. So 1400 minus X. So for the next month, he will tell you that now pay principal on, or now pay interest only on this much. So R by 12%, that means R by 1200 of this much. So here you are paying monthly installments of 800. So we already know that we are making monthly installments of 800. So 1400 minus X. So you have paid 800. So 1400 minus X. So 600 is the readjusted balance. So R by 12% of 600. So this you are definitely going to pay after 1 month. He calculated interest on 1400, but since you made one installment of payback, that is 800. So now readjusted loan. So 1400 minus 800, 600. So he will tell you, now you owe me only 600. So next month I am going to calculate my interest on only this 600. So rate per month R by 12. So this is the total money he will demand from you. He will tell you that this is the total money you have to give back to me. And this should be equal to 800 plus 800, because this is what you have paid back to him. So mathematically these two amount has to be equal. So let's solve this. So 1400 plus zeros will get cancelled. So 7 by 6. So 1400 plus 7R by 6 plus R by 2 is equal to 1600. So let's solve this. So 7R by 6 plus R, so 10R by 6 is equal to 200. So from here R is equal to 200 into 6 by 10. So that is equal to 120%. So final answer is 120%. So let's take another example. Loan of rupees 5,000 at 10% simple interest is to be discharged by payment of 3 equal installments. What is the approximate value of each installment? So let's suppose that each installment is of rupees X. This time installments are paid annually. That means after a gap of 1 year. What is the rate? Rate is 10%. So think from the perspective of the person who has given loan to you. He will tell you 5,000 you have to definitely pay me back. So after 1 year, he will tell you, since 1 year have passed, you have kept my this amount with you. So pay 10% of this amount to me. So after 1 year, his calculation will tell him that this is the amount that you have to pay back to him. Fine. Then what will happen? You will make the first payment. So when you make the first payment, so he will readjust. he will readjust principal. The original loan is 5,000, but now you have given back him X. So readjusted loan is 5,000 minus X. So the next calculation that he will make will be based only on 5,000 minus X. So next year he will tell you that now you owe me only this much, so pay me 10% of this much. So 10% of this much. So 10% is 1/10 of anything. So the next year, this is the interest he will add in his account. He is calculating that how much I have to take from this person. Now what do? 2 years have passed. You are making another payment of X, another payback of X. So he will again readjust, till now you have paid him back 2X. So readjusted principal. So 5,000 minus 2X. So now he will make his calculation on this amount. So he will tell you, pay me 10% of this. So 10% is 1/10 of anything. So that's why divided by 10. So his calculation will tell him that this is the total money he have to take back from you. So total money that you have given him back is equal to 3 installments of rupees X. So mathematically these two numbers must be equal. So let's solve them. So this is 5,000 plus 500. That means 5,500 plus 5,000 divided by 10. That means 500 minus X by 10 plus again 500 minus 2X by 10 is equal to 3X. So let's solve this. We will get the value of X. So 5,500. So 6,500 minus 3X by 10 is equal to 3X. So from here 6,500 is equal to 33X by 10. So if you solve this, X is equal to 6,500 into 10 by 33. So if you solve this, this comes out to be equal to 1969.69. So this is the value of one single installment. So approx value 1969.69. So what is the approximate value? 1970. Now let's take this example. This is a very good question. So Gopal borrows rupees 1 lakh from a bank at 10% simple interest and clears the debt in 5 years. If the installments paid at the end of first, second, third and fourth year to clear the debts are rupees 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 and 40,000 respectively, what amount should be paid at the end of fifth year to clear the debt? Very good question. So let's see what is meant by this. So a person has taken a loan of rupees 1 lakh. So he took a loan of rupees 1 lakh. He promised that he is going to pay back at a rate of 10% simple interest in 5 yearly installments. So 5 annual installments. So 5 yearly installments. So how he is doing that? So what are his yearly installments? So first year, second year, third year, fourth year. So first year he paid back 10,000. Second year he paid back 20,000. Third year he paid back 30,000. Fourth year he paid back 40,000. So let's see. So after the end of 1 year, what is the person's calculation? So let's see. The person will tell you that you have to definitely pay me rupees 1 lakh. This you have taken as loan, this you are definitely going to pay him back. At the end of 1 year, when 1 year had already passed, so he would have calculated that now this person also owes me 1 year of interest. So 1 year of interest on 1 lakh. So 10% of 1 lakh, that means 10,000. Now what you have done, you have paid him back rupees 10,000. So he readjusts. So readjusted principal. So after 1 year, he is readjusting his principal because you have paid him back 10,000. So readjusted principal is 90,000. So 1 lakh minus 10,000. So readjusted principal. So new principal is equal to only 90,000. So next year he is going to calculate interest on only 90,000. So he will ask you that for last year up till this year you have to pay me interest on 90,000. So 10% interest on 90,000. So that comes out to be equal to 9,000. So again you are paying him back 20,000. So till now you have paid him back 30,000. So the remaining balance is 70,000. So adjusted, he is adjusting again. So you have paid him 20,000 more. So readjusted is 70,000. So the next year he is making his calculation only on 70,000. So he will tell you that now you have to pay me 10% of 70,000. So that is equal to 7,000. Fine. Now you are making another payback of 30,000. Payback of 30,000. So remaining balance is 40,000. So for next year he will calculate his interest on only 40,000. That means he will tell you that you have to give me 4,000 rupees more. Now what you do? Now you are making payback of 40,000. So if he will readjust his principal, he will see that you have repaid all his loan. That means effectively speaking the principal becomes 0. Fine. So this is the total amount that he will expect from you, because after this he is not going to take any interest from you, because effectively speaking principal for him has become 0. You have repaid the principal amount. So this is the total amount he wants back from you. In 4 installments, this is what you have given. So total money that he will take back: 1 lakh, 10,000, 9,000, 7,000, 4,000. That means 1 lakh, that was the original plus 19 plus 7 plus 4. So 30,000 additional. So 1 lakh plus 30,000. So up till now you have already paid him back some amount. In 4 installment, what is the total money you have already paid back to him? So 10,000 plus 20,000, 30,000, 30,000 plus 30,000, 60,000, 60,000 plus 40,000. So 1 lakh. So up till now you have already paid him 1 lakh, but he wants a total amount of this much. So in 5th installment, that you have to pay, you have to clear the entire amount. So in 5th installment you have to pay the remaining amount of 30,000. Please understand, the total money that he wants back from you is 1 lakh 30,000. So you have already paid 4 installments. You simply want to understand how much should I pay in the 5th installment. So in those 4 installments, you have already paid 10,000 plus 20,000 plus 30,000 plus 40,000. That means up till now, using this 4 installment, you have already paid 1 lakh. So 5th installment should clear the remaining 30,000 rupees. So the answer would be 30,000. So let's see. 30,000 is the final answer. So the funda in simple interest is whatever money that you are returning back, it helps in recalculating the principal. The principal is readjusted. Fine. So we will see the remaining examples.